I've been improving my communication skills for 3 years now. And one kind of paradox that I've been spending a lot of time thinking, but up until recently I never really quite understood was how you were supposed to improve your social skills, improve your confidence and everything social, while also disappearing, going monk mode, locking in, and kind of just disappearing from your friend group. Because that's one of the ways that I found through doing a lot of research is like one of the fastest ways that you can improve in general in life, but also in your social skills, is by disappearing completely from your friend group, from your current life, going like locking in fully and then improving in every area. But one area which was always kind of hard to understand how you could make it work in this context was anything that has to do with social skills, because when you go with your friends and when you hang out with your friends, you get into social situations. Naturally, you go to parties, you go to events, and there you speak with people, you speak with girls, and you improve your social skills through that. But when you lock in, if you follow the whole thing of like disappearing from your friend group, locking in, that kind of sounds counterproductive because now it's just yourself and the work. You don't really go out, you don't really like hang out with your friends anymore, and you just kind of focus on work. And so the question there was always, how do you still end up improving your communication skills, social skills, confidence, everything social, of course? How do you also make sure you improve your game and get girls whilst you're in this period of time where you're just locked in monk mode? And the way the realization that I had recently from watching this one YouTube video was the way that you do this is simply by doing this one thing, which is cold approaching strangers. Just talking to strangers. Now, hear me out. In your day, think about it. Even if you lock in, even if you go fully monk mode, you still have some periods of the day where you leave the house. Maybe it's when you go to the gym, maybe you go for a run every day and you go outside, or maybe it's even like you work maybe a part-time job, that's when you go outside. Maybe you go to school, that's when you go outside. Maybe you just have chores like you need to go to the shop and buy groceries, or for whatever reason, you generally at least once per day in a day have to leave the house and go outside. This is your basically where you use this tactic. What you do is when you go outside, you make sure you set yourself like a challenge to speak to as many people as you can, especially girls. If you find any girls on the street, you set yourself like a challenge. Okay, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm gonna buy some bread or whatever. I'm gonna speak to 5 strangers on my way to there. So then you just cold approach strangers. You go to the store, you speak to the cashier, you go to an aisle, you ask like a worker, really you don't really need their help. You kind of ask them, hey, excuse me, where's the bread, whatever. You have a conversation with a stranger. Maybe you try to interact with as many people as possible, especially girls. Like if you can find an attractive girl, like at the grocery store, or best case scenarios is like at the gym, because at that point you can easily just walk up and just fist bump and be like, "What's up?" What you're doing today, like what's your workout, whatever. If you're at a grocery store at the street, you can kind of do something similar. Kind of just walk up, start a conversation, ask some brain dead question, and then if the conversation kind of keeps going, you can get like their Instagram, whatever, and then you can end up going on a date. And that's how you end up improving your social skills, improving your game, and everything without actually going and hanging out with your old friends or anything. So the whole kind of essence of it is you disappear from your friends. When they call you up, you kind of say like, oh, I can't come, sorry, whatever. And then you get your social kind of part of your life done by talking to strangers, because you will improve your social skills and your confidence and everything way more by going and talking to some strangers than actually hanging out with your friends. Because hanging out with your friends, it isn't actually hard for you. It isn't really stressful. It doesn't give you anxiety. You kind of just walk up to your friends. You already have some inside jokes. You always know what to say. It's just a chill experience. While going and cold approaching an attractive girl or even speaking to some stranger on the street, it can kind of give you a little bit of anxiety. It can kind of be a bit scary. But what you do is, for example, if you're going to the gym, this is super powerful because if you go to the gym every day And every day you go, you fist bump everyone, you kind of start a conversation like, how's your day going? Hey, I kind of just felt like speaking to you. You speak with everyone. After a while, after maybe a week or two, every single person in the gym is gonna know who you are. Because in your gym, there's maybe what, 30, 40 people who regularly come in to train. So over the course of like 10, maybe 15 days, right, around 2 weeks of just fist bumping, having small conversations with everyone, you've had a conversation, and basically you've had a conversation with 90% of the people who come to the gym regularly. And now everyone kind of knows you there. You walk up to the gym, and then the guy or the girl who works at like the counter, they kind of fist bump you, what's up, how you've been. Everyone kind of comes in and fist bumps you, has a conversation with you. Everyone's kind of glad to see you because everyone kind of knows you as this social nice guy who just kind of walks up to people and he's kind of like, hey, how's your day going? Hey, what's up, bro? What workout you hitting? Whatever. And after a while, that becomes really nice because it's a really good confidence boost, and it just makes your day a lot nicer, a lot brighter. It makes you feel a lot happier, and of course, your social skills go through the roof just by doing this simple thing. But again, the essence of it is that every single day when you leave the house, this is the mindset you should adopt. Whenever you are not inside, in house, you should strive to speak to as many random people as you can. And as long as you just maintain this every single day, you speak to as many strangers as you can, you will notice extremely quickly that your social skills and your confidence and your charisma and everything just goes up. Even though you may have stopped going to parties, even though you may have stopped going out with your friends and being social in that way, you're being social in this completely new way, which is actually improving your social skills more than you could even believe it. So just try it, try today, try tomorrow. Go speak to as many strangers as you can and just implement that into your daily routine. Now, if you want to learn more about this, you can learn or you can find everything that I've ever learned on the topic of communication skills, social skills in the past 3.5 or 3+ years that I've been working and learning about this topic by clicking on the first link in the description of this video. If you found this video helpful, you can find a lot of value in this video. Click on the subscribe button and do the work.